1140 AM, KYOK Conroe, and 92.3 FM, K222CX Houston.
The views and opinions expressed on all radio shows broadcast on KYOK are entirely those of the host, guests, and callers, who are entirely responsible for all show content and do not in any way reflect the opinions of KYOK Radio, its sponsors, staff, or management.
Walk out on that field today. Ask yourself this question.
What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it?
All right, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it.
When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like.
All right. Water.
That's it.
It's gonna be football now. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's hunt now. Let's hunt now. Let's go. Let's hunt.
We're talking about the Jets like we're talking about the Saints. You know, all this, how do we the Miami Heat of football? Yeah. The bottom line is you got to buckle up the chin straps. It's embarrassing. Yeah. Don't disrespect the game like that. So much crime from that. He's a man. He can be a hit just like this.
He's a man.
You already make the big money.
He's a man.
I'm telling you still on the field, man. That's what I did. When I step on the field, I send them one message. This is what it feels like. Oh, my bad. You guys don't work in my world.
What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's go. Let's go. We ready. I'm going to the house.
Woo!
It's a wrap. Game over.
No, this game is not over. It is just getting started right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. We're streaming live on KYOKradio.org and on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Roku. You got a Roku streaming device, download BS3 TV. That's BS3 TV, and you'll find the lunch break in the middle of some great programming on the BS3 TV network. I'm telling you, I'm hooked. I got some great folks that I'm on in the family with, and KYOK and the lunch break, glad to be a part of it. A lot going on. NBA trade deadline came and went yesterday without Russell Westbrook getting traded by the LA Dodgers, without the Rockets unloading John Wall's $40+ million contract to stand around. Are you kidding me? Somebody asked me, well, what would have been the benefit of trading for Russell Westbrook? Oh, I don't know. At least he plays. At least Russ would come back to Houston and actually play. I'm curious whether John Wall is going to have to suit up now that the Rockets can't move him. And, oh, yeah, I don't think they're going to buy him out of that big contract. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't know. Hey, BS3, what's going on, Ben Sutter III? I don't know. So we'll see what happens here. But Russ and Wall are still in the same place. Eric Gordon is still in the same place. And man, the jokes about James Harden, hilarious. If I hear one more person say that James Harden's hamstring has miraculously been healed now that he has been traded to Philadelphia, and I'm not going to joke with you all about Ben Simmons' mental health. I listened to the NBA Network yesterday, and I got to tell, in fact, I'm going to make a declaration. If you got a podcast, if you got a radio show, if you got a blog, if you got some platform where you are the host or the journalist or the broadcaster for your own thing, do your own thing. Talk your talk, make your big takes, make your hot takes, do your own thing. Do not fall in line behind these national media sources. You do not have to duplicate the NBA network. You do not have to duplicate the NFL network, and you certainly don't have to duplicate the mothership. Don't do it. Because some of these folks, and I'm not talking about all of them, because I know some really great folks that work for these major outlets. But I also know some great folks that do their own thing on their own podcast, on their own radio show, at their own media company. You're doing your own thing. And guess what? Your take is as valid as anyone else's. When I hear some of the nonsense that comes out of these people's mouths just because they've got a check mark, just because they got millions of followers, I'm just outdone. If in 2022 you still don't understand mental health, I got news for it. Maybe you shouldn't have a check mark. Maybe you should not have millions of followers. Because if you have not at least figured out that you don't know anything about mental health. The jokes that I heard yesterday about Ben Simmons were just, man, I got no sympathy for the ignorance that's running around here trying to sound professional. I don't. And I don't care how many years they played. I don't care how many years they've been a broadcast journalist. I don't care how many followers, how many checks they have. Baby, you could be the richest, dumbest fool in the world. As my grandparents would say, there's a lot of book sense out there, but there ain't a lot of common sense out there. Mental health is real, and I don't give a darn how well a person can dribble a basketball, how well they can throw a football, how well they can catch, how well they can block, how well they can defend. It does not trump their mental health. And I mean it, man. There are people that are just ignorant. And they got a lot of people following them in ignorance. So I'll say it again. If you got your own blog, your own podcast, your own radio show, your own internet TV show, I got news. I believe that internet television is going to be as big as internet radio. I do. Roku, Hulu, Amazon, Apple. I believe that those are the next major platforms for broadcast television. I keep waiting for one school to exclusively give their rights to one of these streaming networks and watch how they blow up. Stop begging to get in a traditional situation when there are so many options that many of us never had. Talk your talk. Do your thing. You man, listen, set the story straight if you've got to. But that whole Ben Simmons thing yesterday, man, people should be ashamed of themselves. Because I got news for you. Chris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review, says it best. These are not athletes. These are not people. These are assets. Daryl Morey saw Ben Simmons as an asset. He said it himself. He said, we're not going to trade a 25-year-old all team, all defense in the NBA and not get back assets. What is that telling you? I don't care about his mental health. I don't care about any of that. Mental health is real. And I don't care about people who run their businesses and their teams and their organizations and don't care about people's mental health. So yeah, I'm not joking with you about Ben Simmons. If you got something stupid to say about Ben Simmons, skip over me. You want to talk about James Harden's hamstring and how it got miraculously healed? Let's talk about that. All right, let me quit talking to y'all and let me get ready to get my guests on for the day. Y'all, it is officially Who Day Day. It is officially Who Day Day. That's WHO, capital DEY, capital DAY. And I got two good people who I love like breathing that will be joining me next right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK. I'll be right back right after this on the lunch break. Freestyle Friday.
Your car payment treating you. What if I told you you could make a free phone call right now and reduce your car payment by as much as $83 a month? Look at your car payment closely. You could be paying as high as 20%.
Hey, Amy. Hey, Matthew.
Hey, you.
And reduce your car payment
Thank y'all.
Who day?
to as low as 2.48% APR.
I'm jealous of the shirt.
Existing car loans.
You like my cookie?
I love it.
I got Joe Burrow going on.
Y'all stand by. I got a couple of commercials and we'll be right on.
I'm just here to look at. He's the question answerer.
Matthew, I can't wait to talk to you, man. I've been waiting for this day.
800-811-4169. That's 800.
All right, y'all stand by.
4169. Tickets. Actual offer terms include APR determined at the time of your application based on creditworthiness, value, vehicle, loan term, and other factors.
KYOK 1140 AM.
I had to put on makeup today for you.
I feel special.
I'm Jacqueline.
All of our listeners and viewers are grateful.
I just believe that there's
More than you know.
shifting will change your future. Some of you,
You
all
can have me back on when I get that diving scholarship for a woman in her 50s.
plans of the enemy on
Do you have any eligibility left in college?
Co-workers, bosses.
All 4 years.
And
Well, you could be the next J.R. Smith.
when you hit your life, they won't see you as who you are now, but they will see
I don't know who that is, but
He's an NBA player that went back to college to play college golf, and they gave him his eligibility back.
Instead of pursuing the things
how old
that
was he?
you used to pursue, that
34, 35.
you decide I don't want to.
See, I've got the gimmick. You have to have a gimmick. And the fact that I'm 50-something and I'm going to be a diver, that's something.
For less.
I'm rocking your T-shirt.
Making your laundry.
I'm down with ABC.
Samsung Laundry Care with stain technology that eliminates stains and reduces.
All right, y'all
wrinkles and
stand by.
odors. Enjoy savings on top-rated appliances online, in store, or on the Home Depot app. The Home Depot. How doers get more done. U.S. only while supplies last. Valid February 10th through March 2nd, 2022. Free delivery applies to orders of $396 or more.
This is Irma J from Internal Leader, and you're listening to AJ Lunch Break.
All right, y'all. I've been telling y'all it's Who Day Day. It is Who Day Day. Not who that, but who day. WHO, capital DEY, capital DAY, and that's what they say up in the Natty, where the Cincinnati Bengals are headed to their third Super Bowl in franchise history. And I have to give some love to a huge Cincinnati Bengals fan family. It is none other than Matthew Castro and his mom, Amy. How y'all doing?
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing great. Matthew, are you excited about the Bengals going to the Super Bowl?
Yes, I am. I'm very excited for it.
Well, Matthew, we are excited with you. Now, Matthew, how old are you?
I'm 27.
You're 27. So, Matthew, you were not alive when the Cincinnati Bengals went to the Super Bowl the last time when they played the San Francisco 49ers. But let me tell you, they lost that game in the last minute of the game when a quarterback by the name of Joe Montana hit a wide receiver by the name of John Taylor over the middle for a game-winning touchdown, and we have been heartbroken ever since. So you are about to witness the Cincinnati Bengals win their first ever Super Bowl. Do you believe that can happen this Sunday, Matthew?
Yeah. 2 years ago, I was Joe Burrow that got drafted in the 2020 draft in the 5th overall, the first pick.
Yeah, I got to tell you, Joe Burrow being in Cincinnati has literally changed things. I think he is already one of the best quarterbacks that they have ever had. What do you think about Jamar Chase as a wide receiver for the Bengals?
That was actually surprising because he's already in LSU with Joe Burrow and Thaddeus Moss, and they did it before. They can do it again.
They sure did. They ran everybody off the field at LSU when the two of them played there together, and they are doing the same up in the NFL right there for the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, we keep hearing that the LA Rams have a really good defense and that they are going to give Joe Burrow all kinds of trouble. Do you think Joe Burrow is going to be able to buy time and find his wide receivers down the field?
Yeah, I think so, but they need to double team Aaron Donald, or they can go for it on the 2nd and 5.
I like that. Matthew's got a game plan. Matthew's got a game plan. Now, a lot of people overlook the Cincinnati defense. They got a pretty good defense as well, and I think they're going to play well against Matthew Stafford and the LA Rams. What do you think, Matthew?
Well, Matthew Stafford has been in the league before, and he's been in the NFL for the last decade. But Joe Burrow is actually the first-time MVP for the Cincinnati Bengals. But I don't think that Matthew from the Rams is actually not ready for Joe Burrow, because Joe Burrow is actually swagging, and this is his first year as Joe Burrow that Matthew will ever be with, because he's up against a good defense and a good offense for the Bengals.
Yeah, I agree with that. We got Matthew Castro and Amy Matthew Castro. They live up just outside of Cincinnati, grew up in the Cincinnati area. Amy has been a Bengals fan for a long time. Her family has been Bengal fans. I used to play football with her brothers, Dave and Dan, and I tell you, I don't know any bigger fans than this family. And I got to tell you, we got to say congratulations to Joe Burrow. He was named the NFL Comeback Player of the Year because he got hurt, in the middle of his rookie season. And he came back and was just fantastic this year, leading his team from worst to first as they head back to the Super Bowl for the first time in 33 years. All right, Amy, give me your prediction. Who wins this game this Sunday? And if you got a final score, tell me what you think it'll be.
Ooh, well, I'm definitely going to go with the Bengals. They're going to win Houday. And my guess for a score is going to be 42-35.
42-35. So a high scoring game, and the Cincinnati Bengals pull it out 42-35. All right, Matthew, I think I already know your answer. Who do you have winning this game, and what do you think the final score will be?
I have to go with the Bengals. Probably, in the first half, I'll probably do 35-10, and the last third and fourth quarter would be probably 40-10.
Matthew says it's going to be a blowout. Matthew said, hey, stop all the badness, stop all the nonsense. It's Who Day all day, every day on Sunday. So, hey, listen, man, I'm so glad that y'all made time to join us on the show. I wanted to get y'all on. I said it last week. I had to have the Matthew Castro family on the show, and I'm so glad to have ABC, Amy Matthew Castro, and her phenomenal son, Matthew, on the show. Matthew, again, man, thank you for making time for us. I know you are a huge Cincinnati Bengals fan. Give me a big hoo-day, Matthew. Give me a big hoo-day.
Hoo-day.
Amy, don't be outdone now. Give us a hoo-day.
Hooday!
All right, y'all. Again, y'all have a great rest of your weekend. I'll be shouting out to y'all this weekend when the Bengals get it done. All right?
Awesome.
All right,
Go
y'all.
Bengals.
Bye, Matthew.
Bye.
Thank you.
All right, I'm telling you, two of the biggest Bengal fans out there. Y'all be sure and just keep them lifted up. I mean, I am hoping that they are absolutely right. Matthew said blowout. Amy said close one, 42-35, and we will see how it ends up. But, man, the energy is high up in Cincinnati. That fan base is right and ready for their first ever Super Bowl victory. Again, they lost one earlier when Kenny Anderson tried to get them there against the 49ers. They lost that one to Joe Montana. And then Boomer Esiason, Ickey Woods, and the rest of the guys, they came up short against Joe Montana again 33 years ago. I believe Joe Burrow, we got our own Joe. Joe Burrow is going to get it done this Sunday. All right, let me take a break. We'll be back with more right after this on the lunch break. If you want in on Freestyle Friday, 281-453-1000. That's 281-453-1000. Or text me, 832-403-5005. It's the lunch break on the legendary KYOK.
Houston Mayor Sylvester Turner. I wake up every day to work for our community, and Harris County Judge Lena Hidalgo does too. When the pandemic hit, she put people ahead of politics and fought for our communities. When they came after our right to vote, she fought back by extending voting hours and tripling early vote locations. I'm with Lena Hidalgo because she's with us. Join me in voting for Lena Hidalgo. Early vote is February 14th to February 25th. Election day is March the 1st.
Political advertisement paid for by Lena Hidalgo for Harris County Judge.
Are you looking to start a business? From side hustles to major business opportunity, Franchise 123 connects franchise buyers with sellers. And we have over 4,000 franchises for you to choose from. In one simple 30-second call, our live agents will sign you up to the platform. This is not a hard sales call either. We give you free access to our database. Yes, free access, no cost. We are the largest online franchise database in the world. You can find 95% of all businesses. Buying a franchise doesn't have to be complicated. We make it easy, and right now, some have no startup fees. You can turn your special skill into a franchise business, or go full scale with all the top franchise businesses in the world. Sign up with Franchise 123 now, and get your free guide to franchise success now. Call 800-419-5344, 800-419-5344, or text Franchise 123 to 63566. Text Franchise 123 to 63566.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM. The legendary KYOK 92.3 FM. Two radio stations in one.
Okay, we are running a car drive right now to help veterans all across America. So if you have an old car, truck, or van, even a motorcycle or an RV sitting around, you can right now give it away and help the vets. They really need your help. And your car will help support the vets and their families. And guess what? You even get a tax donation. Plus, we'll even come and pick up your car for free. And all you've got to do is pick up your phone right now and make a free call. Now is the perfect time to do something good for the vets. Give back to the vets right now for all they've done for this country. And your old car can really help them. So call the Veterans Car Donation Program right now for free pickup of your vehicle. Help the vets and help your taxes at the same time. Call right now.
800-253-1892. 800-253-1892. 800-253-1892. That's 800-253-1892.
Tune in to Table Talk with your boy, TD Blackshear, every Tuesday from 10 to 11 a.m. on the legendary KYOK 1140 a.m. and 92.3 FM. See you there.
Hi, I'm Larry Scott, host of the Not So Christian Than Me show. Join me Saturdays for great fun, interviews, music, and the latest news surrounding our world today. We are the show that cares to hear your voice and opinion. We real conversation in a no judgment zone. So join me Saturdays from 1 to 2 p.m. on the Not So Christian and Me show, right here on the legendary KYOK Radio, 1140 a.m. and the all-new 92.3 FM at KYOKradio.org.
This is Jamie from Baytown listening to AJ on the lunch break.
Thank you, Jamie. I want to thank Matthew and Amy for jumping on again real quick. I'm going to have them back on next week. Amy wanted to talk about how great an organization the Cincinnati Bengals have been. I believe Matthew actually works for the Bengals. I'll let them tell the story when I have them back on next week, because I want to give them a platform to talk about that. But again, two awesome people, an entire awesome family. I can't even express to you what the Boucher family has meant to me and my growth and maturation as a young man growing up in the area. I just can't, man. I'll get overwhelmed and get choked up. But I want to thank Amy and Matthew for coming on. And again, it really means a lot to a city like Cincinnati. It's pretty much a blue collar town. But we used to call it old money because a lot of old generational folks living there. A lot of times where I grew up, you could call the same numbers that we had when we were in high school, and you will still reach somebody from that family. That's the area we grew up in, and very loyal to their local teams, and very proud of the Bengals and the Reds. And some of the other teams that they had, the Bearcats, and some of the other teams that they had back in the day that are not there anymore. Cincinnati Royals they used to have, and what have you. So again, it was a pleasure having them on. Ivan, what's going on, bro? Hope everything's going well with you, man. Cannot wait to collab with you. Jamal Williams, big shout out to him. Malcolm Brown, big shout out to him. Shakobi Chantel, big shout out to her. Got some good people that I want to shout out to today. All right. Yesterday, the Miami Dolphins introduced their new head coach, Mike McDaniels. And, Mike answered all the typical questions about, being excited, first opportunity, what it means, all of that. But, of course, he was asked a question about his race, the Brian Flores situation, and how he identifies how he identifies himself racially. Now, I'm going to play the clip, but I don't want you to think you know what I'm going to say. So let me play the clip, and then we'll come back with more right after this on the lunch break. Here is Michael McDaniels, the new head coach for the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, it's been very odd, to tell you the truth. This idea of identifying as something, I think people identify me as something, but I identify as a human being. And my dad's black, so whatever you want to call it. I know there's a lot of people with a shared experience, but it doesn't make, it's weird that it comes up because I've just tried to be a good person, and I think my background opens my eyes a little bit. I don't have any real experience with racism because, I think you identify me as something close to, I don't know. But I know my mom experienced it when she married my dad. I know my dad experienced it, and that's in my family. But I guess that makes me a human being that can identify with other people's problems.
Okay.
All right. Let me go ahead and take that off. I'm sorry. There we go. We killed it. Okay. Back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. That was Michael McDaniel, new head coach for the Miami Dolphins. First press conference, having to deal with questions about his race and how he identifies. And for him, he identifies as human, the human race. And then interestingly, he said that his dad is black. I identify as human and my dad is black. I won't dig into that. That's not for me to dig into. I will say this. Okay, no problem. Mike McDaniels has the ability and the opportunity to identify however he wants to identify. No one is forcing him to be black, to be white, to be biracial, to be anything. As he said, he identifies as being human. Several people, including Robert Griffin III, have come out and now said, now y'all leave him alone. You know, Robert Griffin said, I know him, I know his father, and neither one of them deserve to be forced to have to identify as something that they didn't ask for. Okay. Nobody's forcing him to identify as black or white or biracial or anything. No one's forcing him to do that. In fact, that comment needs to be directed at the NFL and Roger Goodell. They are the ones that tried to put the Miami Dolphins hiring as another black head coach has been hired in the NFL. So now they're trying to say there's three with Mike Tomlin, Lovie Smith, and Mike McDaniels down in Miami. No one else declared that. When Mike decided, as he's allowed to, as he's free to, decide that he is not black or white, but he's human, okay, so be it. But the NFL doesn't get it both ways. They don't get to claim him as black if the man doesn't want to identify as black, and his father does not have the head coaching job. So because his father is black, you can't claim him in something that he doesn't want to be claimed in. So the NFL does not get to use that to justify that it is working on an area that they should not be struggling with in the first place. Keith Heddick, it does not appear that Michael McDaniels identifies as black, so the NFL only has two black head coaches. That is a disgrace. That's what I'm saying. One thing does not resolve or absolve the NFL of the other. In fact, I'll go on to say this. This is why I say don't think you know what I'm going to say or what I'm going to believe, because you don't. You don't know me. You listen to me, but you don't know me. I wish that all of us could live a life like Michael McDaniels, where we could identify our lives and ourselves as we choose. Robert Griffin III and all the others that came for people like Jamel Hill and some of the other ones, direct your comments not at black people, but direct your comments at people who are still calling black people the N-word when they don't like something that they say or do. Direct those comments at people who in the NFL have never had black head coaches or never had a black general manager or never had a black front office executive. Nobody's picketing in front of their business to say, hire black, hire black, hire black. And according to Roger Goodell and some of those folks, they don't understand how to get the best and brightest talent from the black community in the NFL, as if the best and brightest talent don't already exist there. I would love to be able to get up and identify myself as just human and not as black. Somebody said, what are you talking about, AJ? I would love to just get up and just be. I love being black, don't get it twisted. And because I'm pro-black doesn't mean I'm anti-white. And because I recognize the first in black history to do stuff doesn't mean that I'm anti-white. In fact, I've often said, if y'all did it the right way, I wouldn't have to do it this way. If y'all acknowledged all history, including black history, then we wouldn't have to have Black History Month. So I'm glad that Michael McDaniels can identify as human. I hope that for his sake, for the sake of his wife, his children, his grandchildren, that it stays that way. That people don't use their bigotry and their bias and their anger and their ignorance to, for no reason at all, identify them as an N-word or some other derogatory term simply because of the pigmentation in his father's skin. Where I grew up, it was one of the most diverse communities ever. I mean, I've lived all over this United States of America. I've lived in Atlanta, I've lived in Jacksonville, Gainesville, Tampa, I've lived in Chicago, I've lived in New Jersey, I've lived in Houston, I've lived everywhere but the West Coast. Of course, I lived in New Orleans. And no other community that I lived in was more diverse than Forest Park, Ohio. But the truth is, when I would get into some fights with my friends, as young kids do growing up, it wasn't uncommon for one of them to pull out the N-word. Now, these are my bestest friends. We grew up together. But when there was conflict, when there was battle, when there was, aggression, some kind of way, that N-word would come up. There were parents in the community that wouldn't let me date their daughters, wouldn't let me come over to their houses. So somewhere, on some level, there's some people that cannot get over their biases and their bigotry. And the NFL does not get it both ways. They do not get to count Michael McDaniels as a black head coach when Michael McDaniels doesn't want to be identified as a black head coach. So the NFL still has the same problem that they claim they did not have when Brian Flores filed his lawsuit. Roger Goodell succinctly admitted that parts of that lawsuit are true. And I'll be honest, Roger Goodell is not the person to fix it because he doesn't even understand the problem. When you make a comment like, if I knew how to attract the best and the brightest talent from black individuals, you don't understand the problem. The best and brightest talent is right under your nose. It's been there the whole time. In fact, on Black History Month, we celebrate Jerry Reese, the first black general manager in the NFL to win not one, but 2 Super Bowls. And Jerry Reese rarely gets interviews when there is a general manager opening. Take black off of it. This man has led teams to not one, but 2 Super Bowls over the best of the best. They beat New England twice in their prime, once when New England was 18-0 But this general manager can barely get an interview. Roger Goodell doesn't understand the issue. It is not Michael McDaniel's problem to fix. He does not have to identify as anything but Michael McDaniels. Now, owners, front office executives, it's on you. They're the ones that do the hiring. They're the ones that make the decisions. They are the ones who this falls right at their feet. And I don't care about processes and plans and flipping the coin in honor of the 50th anniversary of diversity and inclusion and all this other stuff that's window dressing that the NFL does until you actually do something where you actually hire more diversity. You're just playing with it. And my mama taught me, don't play with your food. I'll be back.
Come on, you watch the news. Be prepared to pay more taxes. Then if you owe back taxes or haven't filed in a few years, get ready. The IRS, the largest collection agency in the world, will be coming after you with the power to collect taxes by any means they want to. Hey, they can freeze your bank account, your passport, even padlock your business. Oh, good times. Look, if the IRS claims you owe them $5,000 or more in back taxes and they're coming after you, don't panic. Call my friends at Get a Tax Lawyer first. Their job is to negotiate with the IRS and save you money. They're experts at it. That's all they do. And you can trust them. In some cases, they have reduced a $50,000 tax bill to less than $1,000. If you owe the IRS $5,000 or more in back taxes, call now for a free consultation.
Call 800-649-8617. 800-649-8617. 800-649-8617. That's 800-649-8617.
Attention timeshare owners. Are you dissatisfied with your timeshare? Tired of the financial burden? Were you misled by the salesperson? Don't want or can't use your timeshare anymore? Then you may qualify for timeshare cancellation. Timeshare Defense Attorneys is the #1 affordable fixed-fee legal solution in the country with an A+ Better Business Bureau rating. Our experienced lawyers will evaluate your case, and if we take you on as a client, we will work on your case until it's solved in your favor. That's our 100% satisfaction guarantee. One of our lawyers will keep you informed in the process, all while protecting your rights, interest, and even your credit. Get the relief you need now from the burden of your timeshare. Call now for a free consultation. And don't forget to ask about our stimulus discount program.
Call 800-303-4764. 800-303-4764. That's 800-303-4764.
Hi, this is Candace Houston. Tune into my new radio show called Candid Plug. Every Saturday from noon to 1, we will have engaging conversations on current events, topics that affect the community, and religion. Join me each Saturday from noon to 1 for my new show called Candid Plug, where you plus me equals us, right here on the legendary KYOK 1140 AM and streaming live on KYOKradio.org.
1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legendary KYOK.
Attention, those of you looking to go on a fun vacation and see the world on the cheap. Today, the U.S. dollar is worth even more in other countries, so there's never been a better time to travel outside the USA. The dollar is worth over $1.30 in Canadian dollars, and it's the same for Australia. You can fly there today and have fun and maximize your travel dollar. Your U.S. dollar is worth over $3 in Brazilian reals, and it's worth over $18 in Mexican pesos. Plus, in Argentina, it's worth over $27 in Argentine pesos. Just think of the bargains you'll get. And the way you get the cheapest airfare to any destination is by calling Tickets That Cheap. Save up to 75% on your foreign vacation tickets. Don't wait. Call now. 802-317-1983. 802-317-1983. 802-317-1983. That's 802-317-1983.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your boy, Jonathan McReynolds, and I'm glad that you made room for the legendary KYOK, The Lunch Break.
Thank you, Jonathan McReynolds, right here on The Lunch Break on the legendary KYOK. and the all-new 92.3 FM. Let me go to some of my messages. This one says, spoken as a person who passes white all his life, and now he's put on the spot to say it. Yeah, that appears to be the case. But again, I'm not mad at Mike McDaniels. I'm not mad at him. If that's the life he's been able to lead all this time, I don't expect him to carry the weight of the culture. I don't. Let's see. Here's another one from area code 510853. AJ, that young man was very uncomfortable having to answer that question. Clearly, he has not been faced with that very often. Yeah, I agree. And again, I'll keep saying it. I don't expect him to have to all of a sudden be thrust into a different limelight. All right. 713-313. AJ, I love how you bring out the hard stuff. This stuff needs to be discussed. Again, we all need to know where we came from because we are not as far removed from it as people think we are. Well, that's the thing. You've got people who haven't experienced it the way other people have, trying to tell them how they should see it. If you've never been called an N-word, then you can't tell me how to react to people calling me the N-word. And I don't want to hear about rap music and you people use it all the time. You don't understand what you're talking about. People have, for generations, tried to take a dirty, vile word and take your power for using it away. The first European person that used the N-word was not using it as a term of endearment. They were not using it for a brother or for a friend. They were not using it in rap lyrics. So don't tell me about, oh, but y'all use it in rap lyrics. If you don't know the difference between vile and anger and rap and endearment, then we in the wrong discussion in the first place. We're not even in the same discussion. There are certain words that are considered anti-Semitic, whether I understand their use or not. And I stay away from those. Out of respect to the culture that I don't fully understand, that I don't come from, that I don't walk in every day. But there's some people that feel so entitled to tell other people how they're supposed to feel and how they're supposed to identify and how they shouldn't be mad about and just be grateful for that. You have no right to tell someone what they should be grateful for. None. I saw a great segment last night, on KHOU 11. Man, I got to give credit to the KHOU family for this segment. It was called Thursday Night Lights. Thursday Night Lights. And in honor of Black History Month, I'm going to play that segment. Give me 1 second to set it up. Thursday Night Lights. It's about the black schools here in Houston that were not able to play on Friday night, so they had to play their games on Thursday nights. Hold on, let me see. Let me get it.
We are celebrating Black History. Friday Night Lights is about the drama and pageantry of Texas high school football. But you may not know about Thursday Night Lights. From 1920 to 1970, Black high schools were in a separate league because of segregation. Tonight, a look at the legacy and history of Thursday Night Lights. They were Texas high school legends, and many became legendary pros. Otis Taylor from Houston's Worthing High won a Super Bowl with the Chiefs. Cliff Branch, another Worthing grad, won 3 Super Bowls with the Raiders. They started their high school careers in the Prairie View Interscholastic League, or PVIL, and mostly played on Thursday nights.
We'd have a big pep rally in the auditorium, so everybody's all hyped to go to the ball game.
Houston native Michael Hurd, a sports writer and historian, is the author of Thursday Night Lights, the story of Black high school football in Texas.
It was kind of like falling off a log because I knew that story. and I knew that history.
A story that had never been told. In 1920, the Colored Teachers State Association of Texas founded a league providing athletics and academic competitions for black schools because segregation ruled, separate and unequal.
They would get not only hand-me-down uniforms and equipment from the white schools, but even some of the jock straps, used jock straps. Imagine that.
Fewer resources, but an abundance of talent. This is rare footage of Worthing High playing Yates in 1958 at Jefferson Stadium in 3rd Ward. It's where all the black schools played in Houston. And it was at Jefferson Stadium where a 15-year-old Carl Douglas got his first start at quarterback for Worthing.
Coach Williams had put the starting lineup, and beside quarterback, he had Douglas.
You didn't expect that?
Nobody ever told me that.
Douglas went on to become a college All-American at then Texas A&I in Kingsville and was drafted by the Baltimore Colts in 1971.
You were drafted by the Baltimore Colts?
I was.
They had a guy named Johnny Unitas at quarterback.
Yes, they did.
Do you think you got a fair shot?
Truth be told, no.
Back then, the league reluctant to give black quarterbacks starting jobs, often switching them to running back or receiver. Douglas played 7 seasons for the Colts, in the Canadian League, and the Oilers. He refused to play anything but quarterback.
So I really didn't give a lot of thought to playing the white schools.
Rufus Cormier played fullback at Hebert High School in Beaumont and was one of the first black players recruited by SMU in 1966. He was a good football player, but a better student. He went on to Yale Law School and in 1981 became the first black law partner at a large Texas firm in Houston. He says football and the movement launched him.
It provided a pathway into the American mainstream. And I am so indebted to those activists who engaged in the civil rights movement.
In 1967, players from the legendary PVIL were starting to integrate. And by 1970, the league, where so many dreams were born and careers made on and off the field, was no more.
Well, we only scratched the surface, Mia, because you're talking about 50 years of history.
I mean, it's so many untold
All right,
stories
y'all.
and so much talent.
Let me stop
that
right
video,
now.
That old school rear video.
Again, that's KHOU, Channel 11, right here in Houston. Lynn Cannon, Mia Gradney, and all of their producers did a phenomenal job talking about the black players back in the 50s and the 60s that could not play in non-segregated leagues here in the city. So they didn't have Friday night lights, they had Thursday night lights. Cliff Branch, who was just inducted to the NFL Hall of Fame, had to play on Thursday nights at Worthing High School. But yeah, no, don't worry about black history. It should all be history. But how many folks are teaching about Thursday night lights? Where are they teaching that at in Houston and surrounding areas? I'm grateful to Lynn Cannon. I'm grateful to the KHOU producers. I'm grateful to Mia Gradney for bringing that out, and to everyone in that segment. Phenomenal job. Phenomenal job. I'm telling you, somebody just said it. We ought to remember our history because we're not as far removed from it as some people think we are. And again, if your struggle has not been the same as mine, I don't think less of you. I don't think less of the Mike McDaniels and others. I don't. I know the stories of Lena Horne and others like her who were able to pass because they were fair complected. I don't hold that against them. I'm not going to let colorism replace racism in my heart. Not going to do it. I deny racism. I'm going to deny colorism as well. But I'm also going to be pro-black until the day I die. My children are black. My grandchildren are black. My great-grandchildren are black. And I'm going to make them proud to be who they are. God didn't make a mistake. All right, so let me go ahead and get Sybil Wilkes on with what you need to know today. I'll come back with some birthdays after this on the lunch break.
It's Sybil Wilkes with what you need to know. Today is Friday. Couldn't get here soon enough, huh? February 11th, 2022. Number 1, President Biden hit the road Thursday to discuss health care and prescription drug costs. Meanwhile, the White House was called upon to set the record straight and state that government funds are not being used for clean pipes to smoke crack or meth. Citing an anonymous source, the Washington Free Beacon reported that the drug paraphernalia kits are expected to include pipes and heroin needles. The Department of Health and Human Services program will reportedly offer $30 million to local governments and nonprofits as part of an effort to make drug use safe, but those crack pipes will not be included. Number 2. Protesters in trucks opposed to COVID-19 restrictions continue to paralyze the center of Ottawa. Similar demonstrations have now spread beyond the Canadian capital to border crossings into the United States. The commercial link between the U.S. and Canada is crucial, and it has quickly hit supply chains with car manufacturers, including Toyota and Ford, already announcing issues. Number 3, facing growing pressure to ease up on pandemic restrictions, the White House insisted Wednesday it is making plans for a less disruptive phase of the national virus response. But impatient states, including Democratic New York, made it clear they are not waiting for Washington as public frustration grows. Earlier this week, New Jersey, Connecticut, and Delaware all disclosed plans to join states that have lifted or never had mask requirements for their schools, and Massachusetts will follow suit at the end of the month. Number 4. Over 41,000 people have signed a petition demanding that the San Francisco Police and Office of the Medical Examiner investigate the death of 20-year-old Jackson Sales, a gay man who died inside a stranger's apartment. Sales' parents are in the process of securing an attorney and are planning to file a complaint before March 2nd of this year. The Medical Examiner's report lists the cause of Sales' death as acute mixed drug intoxication, including gamma hydroxybutyric acid, cocaine, and methamphetamine. Number 5. History is being made in the world of finance. Susan M. Collins, an economist and university administrator, will be the new president of the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston, part of a wave of new leadership at the central bank. As the leader of the Boston Fed, she will be only the 3rd Black president and the first Black woman to head one of the 12 Fed banks in the century-plus history of the institution. Here's your daily inspiration from Yogi's Jewels. Life is a series of choices. Don't just be different. Make a difference. Thank you to our What You Need to Know partners, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated and the American Heart Association. To subscribe to my free daily newsletter, please visit SybilWilkes.com. Be informed, be empowered.
All right, thank you very much there, Sybil Wilkes, for what we need to know today. Let me jump into these birthdays real quick. Happy birthday going out to Nina Fields Graham. She grew up in that community I was talking about. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Linda Washington. Happy birthday, Andre Leaphart, 45 today. Margaret Bell, one of my dearest friends, formerly with AT&T. Happy birthday to you. Sean D'Angelo celebrating a birthday with Nichelle Renee Turner from Entertainment Tonight, celebrating her birthday, one of my friends. Also, Addie Marshall's 36. Carlos Gray is 55. Carlos Gray came up out of Forest Park, made it to the NFL. Happy birthday to you, brother. And happy birthday, Damon Brooks, who made it to the Houston Astros minor leagues. Happy birthday to all of you all. Happy birthday to the following celebrities. Jacques Vaughn used to be a big-time basketball player back in the day, now a coach, 1975. He was born on this day in L.A. And Tony Batty played for the Denver Nuggets, was born right there in Dallas, Texas in 1976. Come on, Usher.
Oh, go shawty, it's your birthday. Ooh, it's your birthday. Go shawty, it's your birthday. Today's your day. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to everyone celebrating birthdays and anniversaries. We hope that you have a phenomenal day, phenomenal weekend. Again, we wish you a happy birthday and happy anniversary. All right, about to get this second hour going here on the show. If you want to get in and comment on anything that we've already talked about, you can do that. 281-453-1000. That's 281-453-1000. Or text me 832-403-5005. That's 832-403-5005.
1140 AM, KYOK Conroe, and 92.3 FM, K222CX Houston.
Views and opinions expressed on all radio shows broadcast on KYOK are entirely those of the host, guests, and callers, who are entirely responsible for all show content and do not in any way reflect the opinions of KYOK Radio, its sponsors, staff, or management.
Walk out on that field today. Ask yourself this question.
What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's go. We ready. We ready. We ready. We ready. I'm going to the house. I'm going to the house.
When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. Ball is getting hit. That's it.
It's gonna be football now. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's hunt now. Let's hunt now. Let's go. Hunt. We ready. I'm going to the house. I'm going to the house.
We're talking about the Jets like we're talking about the Saints. You know, all this, we the Miami Heat of football. Yeah. The bottom line is you got to buckle up the chin straps. It's embarrassing. Yeah. Don't disrespect the game like that. There's so much crying from that. He's a man. He can be a heel just like us. He's a man. You already make the big money. He's a man. Why when you step on the field, man? That's who I get. When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. Oh, my bad. You ain't gonna work in my world.
What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We ready. I'm going to the house. I'm going to the house. It's a wrap. Game over.
Now, that's just first hour on the books. Second hour underway right here on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. We're streaming live, kyokradio.org, and we're on YouTube, we're on Twitter, we're on Twitch, and we're on Roku, courtesy of the BS3 TV network. And you got to download that. If you got a Roku streaming device, you got to download that. And when you do, you're going to find some great shows. I mean, Ivan has a great show with Three Queens, man. I'm telling you, that thing is for real. I love the Marriage Talks program on there. I love Ben Sutter III's mom and dad. They've got a show that I love. There's a lot of great shows on the BS3 network. I'm glad to be a part of it. Al High, Casual Highlight is on there as well. I'm telling you, man, it's good programming. You'll love it. CJ done jumped on here with this foolishness. CJ done jumped on here with this foolishness. Hold on, man. Let me put this up so I can be, polite. CJ talking about Rams ready. Rams ready. What you talking about? Ram truck? Dodge Ram truck? What you talking about, CJ? CJ had a chance to be in the top 6 in the lunch break weekly Keeping Up with the Joneses Pick'em Challenge, and just like randomly forgot to send in her picks one week. I'm like, girl, you were in the top 6. How can you, man? I can't wait to see how she does in the basketball challenge. I can't wait. She probably gonna win the March Madness challenge. She probably gonna win $500 cash in the March Madness challenge, because that's just it's how it works. You have to be an expert. You don't have to be an expert. You just got to pick well. In fact, somebody's going to win $500 this weekend. Delano or Big Time Floyd or Alexis, one of those 3 are going to win $500 cash. Right now, Delano is 10-2. Alexis is 9-3, and Big Time Floyd is 9-3 after the playoff round. Those three are the only three that have mathematically a chance to be the winner. I've already got Delano's picks. I already got Alexis's pick, and waiting on Big Time Floyd. Big Time Floyd, I got to have your pick by Sunday, 4:30 Central. Sunday, 4:30 Central, Big Time Floyd. Got to have it. Text it 832-403-5005. It's got to be stamped before 4:31 Central on Sunday. And then you got to give me the exact final score of the game. Exact final score of the game. That'll be the tiebreaker. If Delano gets it wrong and either Alexis or Big Time Floyd gets it right, then it'll come down to the tiebreaker to see who wins. Come down to the tiebreaker to see who wins. CJ says, hey, Keith, I'm being roasted right now about that Ram choice. LOL. Yeah, you are. Yes, you are. I'm from Cincinnati. What can I say? And I thought about this driving in. You know, I've been doing this show since 2017 on this station. Been doing this show since 2017 on this station. And, man, I've been rocking with the Cowboy fans. I've been rocking with the Texan fans. I've been rocking with the Saints fans. I've been rocking with the 49er fans. I've been rocking with the New England fans. I done rock with everybody else's fan base in the world. I've even had people say, you're a broadcast journalist. You're supposed to be unbiased. Man, forget all of that. I'm rocking for myself. Cincinnati Bengals, who day? I don't care about Cowboy fans right now. I don't care about Saints fans right now. I don't care about Texan fans right now. I don't care about Kansas City fans right now. It's about the who day Cincinnati Bengals. They ain't had a chance to do this since 33 years ago. Hello, you're live on the lunch break. Who's this?
Hey, this is Clarence. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
I just wanted to ask you, did you get a chance to see the NFL honors last night?
Yeah, I saw that.
Well, we ain't going to talk about your boy.
Yeah, the quarterback from Green Bay. Yeah, he got his little award. But he was at home to get it. When UPS knocked on the door, he answered.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, he wasn't in L.A.
I want to talk about, I'm with the Bengals, but what you thought about the Walter Payton Award? Did you see who they gave it to?
Yeah, I did.
And what about the speech?
Let me just tell you, brother, I'm not a fan. I wasn't impressed. I didn't think it was appropriate. I'm sorry. I have not been a fan of this dude, even when he played in Cincinnati briefly.
Yeah, but I thought it was a little touchy with the youngster that plays with Detroit now. You know, he reached out to him and stuff. I thought it was well deserved.
Did you think Wentworth should have won that award?
Yes.
Why? Tell me why you think he should have.
Well, he did a lot of stuff in Louisiana and also in California. You know.
So let me say this. Let me ask you this, Clarence. If I got a serious problem in one area of my life, but I donate to the community and the and the lesser advantaged people, does that make me a good person?
Well, it's a step in the right direction.
All right, so let me go a little further. Let me go a little further. If I'm a racist and I donate money to charity and I have a foundation that gives clothes to the homeless and stuff like that, does that make me a good person?
No, sir. I don't think, if you want to be a racist and you thinking that it makes you better by doing that, no, it don't.
I mean, because I know people that are hiding behind Christianity, but they're racist. I know people that were down there on January the 6th that feel like they were justified, beating people within inches of their lives because of the work that they do in their community, and they're business owners and they're Christians. And I'm sorry, I'm tired of statements like, I'm not black, I'm just a good person. It's almost like being a black person or something else is bad.
I understand.
I don't mean to drag you into that, but I'm sorry, I'm just not a fan of the young man, and I just feel like there were other more deserving people, but he got the vote, so, to go. And I'm not saying he's racist. I'm not saying that. I mean, some of his recent behavior, to me, should have disqualified him from the award.
I hear you, young man. Well, I missed out on those parts of it.
I mean, he went after somebody after one of the recent games. He went after that person.
Oh, that's part of football.
Yeah.
That's part of football.
All right, let's bring it back to sports. What did you think of the coach of the year? Do you think that Mike Vrabel should have been the coach of the year?
I kind of think so.
I do too. I think that was well deserved.
I thought they was going to give it to the St. Louis guy, but I was kind of glad that they gave it to the guy Mike Vrabel and Tennessee. That's still in Houston Oilers.
Yeah, I did not see the voting total, but to me, and I'm not being biased, the work that the Cincinnati Bengals head coach did to win the AFC North, when everybody thought it was going to be Baltimore, then they thought it was going to be Pittsburgh, then they thought it was going to be Cleveland. Out of all the teams to win that, I thought that should have made him coach of the year.
Yeah, well, he going to get the Super Bowl, so that's going to be well deserving.
Yeah, to me, that trophy is bigger than any other trophy that they gave out last night.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're on the bandwagon. I know it's probably because you're from Cincinnati, Ohio, rather.
Hey, man, I've been up and down that Ohio River more times than I care to admit, bro.
I hate you, brother. Yeah, well, I got a little ties there, just that Hopkins kid, I watched him grow up. And, his grandfather was like a daddy to me.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you, I'm really rooting for the Texas connections in that game this weekend.
Yes, sir. It's going to be a good one.
Yeah. Clarence, I appreciate you, man. I'm so glad you found us, and I'm so glad you're still here. So do me a favor, man. Stay our friend here on the lunch break, okay?
Oh, yes, sir. I'm going to try to figure out that March Madness stuff.
Yeah, do that. Got to have you in that bracket, okay?
Send me that, text me that line.
Okay.
I'll figure it out.
Okay, Clarence, I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, brother. That's a good dude right there. That's a good dude. Let me go to the phone line. Hello, you live on the lunch break. Who's this?
It's Keith Hennig.
Keith Hennig, do me a favor. Keith, stay right there. Let me take a quick break so we're not interrupted, okay?
Of course. Thank you.
All right, Keith Hennig, caller of the year 2020, right here on the lunch break. We'll be right back with him right after this.
How is your car payment treating you? What if I told you you could make a free phone call right now and reduce your car payment by as much as $83 a month? Look at your car payment closely. You could be paying as high as 20% interest. Rate Genius can help you reduce your car payments by reducing your interest rate to as low as 2.48% APR. We can refinance most existing car loans or leased cars, new or used, and save you money every month. Put more money back in your pocket. The call is free to find out how low we can lower your car payment. 5 minutes of your time right now could save you hundreds of dollars a year. Call Rate Genius now.
800-811-4169. 800-811-4169. 800-811-4169. That's 800-811-4169.
No applicants qualify for a loan rate savings. Actual offer terms including APR determined at the time of your application based on credit worthiness, value of the vehicle, loan term, and other factors.
Life can be full of risks. One thing you shouldn't take a risk with ever is your family's health insurance. If you're self-employed or you now need affordable health insurance, you need to make this free call right now and see how the Health Insurance Helpline can help you get it. We specialize in helping the self-employed and people just like you that need affordable health insurance to get it. We have short and long-term health insurance plans, and some even cover dental, vision, and prescription drugs. Don't take a risk with your family's health insurance. It's not worth it. If you're self-employed or now need affordable health insurance, call right now and learn for free how to get it. Listen, affordable health insurance plans for everyone just like you are a free phone call away. So give us a shout right now. 800-472-5145. 800-472-5145. 800-472-5145. That's 800-472-5145.
The latest KYOK 1140 AM and 92.3 FM.
What's up, everybody? This is Jonathan Nelson, and you're listening to The Lunch Break with AJ.
Thank you, Jonathan Nelson, right here on The Lunch Break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. Let me go back to the phone line. Keith Hennick standing by. Hey, Keith, sorry to have you holding, brother.
Not a problem. Not a problem. You doing all right?
Yeah, man, I'm doing fine, brother. It's a good Freestyle Friday. I'm really looking forward to the Super Bowl this weekend. I'm looking forward to some of the great things that'll be happening on the campus of Texas Southern this weekend. They're going to be featured on NBA TV, the men and the women's game, and I'm really happy for the breakthroughs that are happening on the HBCU campuses.
Well, you got a busy weekend.
I do. Yeah, looking forward to it, though.
You always have a busy weekend.
Yeah, more than most people know.
I got a couple of things.
Okay.
I saw Amy B. Castro and her son.
Okay.
Very proud Bengals fans. I thought I'd throw in my prediction for the Super Bowl.
Okay.
I believe it's going to be the last team with the ball. And
now, that's a good take. That's a very good take.
Oh, yeah, you know, Matthew was talking about a blowout. I'm not quite agreeable with that. I think it's going to be Money McPherson in the end, kicking that game-winning Super Bowl kick, and it's going to be a great game.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's going to be a closer game than most folks think, especially given the way the playoff season went this year. One of the better playoff seasons that I can remember in recent history. And I hope this Super Bowl is just that. But I want Cincinnati to win that game.
Oh, I do too.
Yeah.
I definitely do.
Yeah, CJ's going with the Rams. We're going to pray for her.
Yeah, we have to. I got a couple other points I'd like to touch on. Coach McDaniels from the Miami Dolphins didn't really say how he identified, except the fact that he's a human being, and I agree with him. You know, if he wants to identify as a 15-year-old girl, that's fine. I don't care. We'll see if he's a football coach.
Yeah. Well.
But my issue I wanted to ask you about today was your shirt.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that's accurate, is it? Because the reason I say that, my father, bless his soul, turned me into the NFL addict that I am today and have been for 100 years. And he used to talk about a guy named Fritz Pollard.
Yep.
And he was the guy that convinced me that Fritz Pollard was the first black NFL quarterback.
Yep.
Is that not true?
Yep. Marlon Briscoe was the first black starting quarterback in professional American football when he started a game on this date that I got on my shirt. So while he was not the first black quarterback, he was the first black quarterback to start a game.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I remember him well. I was
Yeah.
a teenager, and he was a great football player. The Broncos did well with him.
Right.
But I had always heard that Fritz Pollard was the first black quarterback ever in the NFL.
1922, when the NFL changed from, I forget what their original name was, Fritz Pollard did play quarterback in several other positions that year until the NFL segregated in 1927. And unfortunately, they didn't bring players back until after World War II. They didn't bring black players back until after World War II. And that was pretty much a wrap for Fritz Pollard at that time. So they kind of look at it as, original and then modern era. And yeah, Fritz Pollard was definitely the first, but the first black quarterback to start in the modern era was Marlon Briscoe.
I love your historian self, man. That is well explained.
Not a problem, man. That's why I try to dig it up, man. That's why I try to dig it up.
And you do a good job of it.
Yeah, I appreciate you, Keith.
That's all I got, man. Have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy the Super Bowl. We'll see you Monday.
All right, brother. You do the same. Love you much, Keith.
Same to you. Thank you.
All right, y'all. Keith Hennick, Caller of the Year 2020. I mean it. Good dude. Very good dude. Hello, you're live on the lunch break. Who's this?
My brother.
Is this DB Cook?
Yes, sir. How you doing, sir?
DB Cook, I want to honor you a little bit. Back when Mr. Martin started KWWJ, was that number one? Which station was number one?
KWWJ.
You were the first announcer on that station?
That is correct. Back on August the 13th of
1989.
Yes.
Mr. Daryl Martin bought his first of 8-9 radio stations, black-owned, black-operated stations, has owned those stations ever since. And DB Cook, this man who I know and love and cherish, was the first announcer on that station back on that day.
Yep. Very first record that was ever played was a song by Shirley Caesar, Hold My Music.
One of my favorite songs still to this day. Talk about Shouting John.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
What?
How you doing, brother? What's going on?
Man, I just left your neck of the woods.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, I was traveling, went to Cleveland, Ohio, but of course had to go through Cincinnati in order to get to Cleveland. And on my way back right now, and it is so much hype in Bengal country right now, you would not believe.
Yeah, that's crazy because I mean it when I say out of all the cities in the state of Ohio, there is only one that might not be fully rooting for the Cincinnati Bengals, and it's the Cleveland area. And it's unfortunate, man, because when Cincinnati wins, the whole region wins.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I mean, I happened to notice there was no paraphernalia, no Cincinnati hats, no Bengal hats, no Bengal. I saw one Bengal shirt that you could not wear. But right now, billboards, they full bound. I mean, the city of Cincinnati is just in an uproar. It's almost like, when the Big Red Machine was dominating the Major League Baseball.
Yep.
So they're looking forward to talk with the gentleman yesterday evening. As a matter of fact, he had on his Red Machine hat, Red Machine fleece, and he said, I'm going with him all the way. He gave me a score of 28-24.
Okay.
In favor of the Bengals.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a common score. A lot of folks are in that 28-24, 28-25, 3-point, 4-point range. Had a couple of people on today, 42-35, and I had one young man who works for the Bengals trying to keep his job, said 42-10 or something like that. So, man, I got to tell you, I'm so excited for the area. I'm so excited for the region. I wish my dad was still alive for us to share this together because there's been a lot of heartbreaking moments with that franchise, and I'm really, really, really excited.
Yeah, I mean, I think a couple of weeks ago, you and I, we talked about, of course, you just mentioned earlier about the playoff situation. You know, it has been one of the best. I have to give the NFL credit. It has been one of the best playoffs that anyone can even imagine this particular year. Of course, the game of the year that everybody was talking about, of course, was the Buffalo Kansas City game.
Yeah.
You know, that was an awesome football game. You know, but I'm like everybody else. And then here's the kicker: was in Walmart in Cincinnati last night, and the lady said to me, AJ, she said, "Oh, I ain't concerned about the game. I want to see the halftime."
Man, let me tell you that they do have one of the better halftime lineup, and I got to give credit to Jay-Z, who was the minister of music for the NFL. He pulled one together.
Oh, he did. Didn't he, though? I mean, you know, after last year, after Weekend flopped at halftime last year, I mean, and Dr. Dre did a interview, and he said that he's bringing his whole crew. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see possibly a brief NWA reunion just for a minute. Ice Cube, maybe not Ice Cube, but maybe Yellow and
Ren and some of the other, yeah, bro.
Yeah, you know, just for about 1 minute. I mean, you know, it's kind of like also when because you never know what's going to happen. It's like when Beyonce did it in the Super Bowl halftime in New Orleans, and of course she included Destiny's Child.
Yeah.
So it's no secret. I mean, I believe this is my prediction. I believe we're going to have an outstanding football game defensively. And I'm like you. When we talked about it, I'm staying with Cincinnati, and the reason why is because they're hungry. They remind me of that Seattle Seahawks team that first year. You know, not a lot of prominent names on the team, of course. Only somebody was Russell Wilson, was the quarterback, and of course the coach. You know, but yet still, when you're hungry, you're gonna get fed. And I'm not saying that LA is not hungry, but I don't think they're as hungry as Cincinnati.
Yeah, Cincinnati has another gear that a lot of folks don't know how to explain, and it has gotten them all the way to this point, and I just don't know how to say it won't get them all the way there. So I'm just hoping for a good game, man, and we'll see. We'll see how this thing plays out.
Yeah, I mean, and of course, yesterday while doing another broadcast, of course, the story came on about Crybaby. About James Harden, and like I had to mention, that's just a Daryl Morey thing. I mean, that's all that was. I mean, so Morey made a good deal. He got him back up under his wings, and so we're going to see what the outcome of that's going to be. But that's another conversation.
DB, can you hear me? Sounds like you dropped off on me.
Yeah, are you there?
Yeah, I got you. Okay. Yeah, no, I agree, brother, and we will. We'll talk about that after the Super Bowl because I'm curious who's going to have the better record, Brooklyn or Philadelphia after this big trade.
I do too. I mean, so we'll see how this goes. But meanwhile, I'm counting on for Sunday. I'm really looking at the leadership coming from the quarterback position.
Yeah.
I mean, that is they're stating that a lot of people were rooting for Stafford, but that boy out of LSU.
Yep.
He's a winner.
Yep.
I mean, and he has taken control of that team. So, there's no telling what he's going to do come Sunday. I mean, not knocking LA's defense. The Rams they have an awesome defense, but you never know. I mean, they beat some good people.
Yeah. Yep.
They've been a sleeper.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm like you. I think they got one more gear, and they're going to shift that gear in the fourth quarter. And if they come out on all cylinders, I believe the Bengals will be victorious in the long run. DB,
I appreciate you, man. We'll talk soon. Be safe on that road, all right?
Yeah, everybody in Ohio told me to tell you, ask when you coming back home.
Brother, in the summertime.
Okay. They look crossing that bridge into Cincinnati.
Brother, it's one of the best sights I love to see when I come home, man. You be safe out there, DB. We'll talk soon, brother.
All right, take care, AJ. Be blessed.
All right, y'all. Let me hit this break, and we'll get back in and wrap it up shortly after this on the lunch break.
Mayor Sylvester Turner. I wake up every day to work for our community, and Harris County Judge Lena Hidalgo does too. When the pandemic hit, she put people ahead of politics and fought for our communities. When they came after our right to vote, she fought back by extending voting hours and tripling early vote locations. I'm with Lena Hidalgo because she's with us. Join me in voting for Lena Hidalgo. Early vote is February 14th to February 25th. Election day is March the 1st.
Political advertisement paid for by Lena Hidalgo for Harris County Judge.
It's all right to put your hands together tonight. Tune in to Table Talk with your boy, TD Blackshear, every Tuesday from 10 to 11 a.m. on the legendary KYOK 1140 a.m. and 92.3 FM. See you there.
Hi, I'm Larry Scott, host of the Not So Christian to Me show. Join me Saturdays for great fun, interviews, music, and the latest news surrounding our world today. We are the show that cares to hear your voice and opinion with real conversation in a no judgment zone. So join me Saturdays from 1 to 2 p.m. on the Not So Christian to Me show, right here on the legendary KYOK Radio, 1140 a.m. and the all-new 92.3 FM at KYOKradio.org.
1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legendary KYOK.
This is Nick from Acres Home. Checking out my boy AJ right here on KYOK 1140.
Thank you, Nick. Over there at Acres Homes. I know he can Southside. I know that ain't the Southside, but listen, I know he can Southside. Willie Gibson, you banned from the program, bro. Willie Gibson, you are banned from the program. You the same dude that called up here earlier this week in the middle of my show talking about the Rams. I want the Rams. I got the Rams. No, bro. I ain't reading your statement. I ain't reading your little comment. Let me put it up. Let me just be respectful. Out of respect to my niece and my sister-in-law, put your stuff up. Ahem. Take your stuff down real fast. Willie Gibson is banned from the program, y'all. He can't come back on here to after the Cincinnati Bengals win the Super Bowl. And if Cincinnati don't win it, well, you know what that means. You know what that means. Call up here talking about, and the Rams. I'm just going to go with the Rams. I'm really a Cowboy fan, but I'm going to go with the Rams. On my show. Man, it be your own people sometimes, man. It be your own family sometimes cutting you down. No, bro. You banned. You in a serious probation. We reviewing your file right now. So anyway, I'm over here talking nonsense with some people on social media. They just don't want to give Cincinnati their moment. They don't want to give Cincinnati their moment. Listen, it's two teams right now. I don't want to hear about no Cowboys. I don't want to hear about no Texans. I don't want to hear about Kansas City. I don't want to hear about Tennessee. In fact, let me give y'all last little mention. Hold on. Give y'all last little mention. All right, the quarterback from Green Bay won the most valuable player. Mike Vrabel won Coach of the Year for Tennessee. Joe Burrow, Joey B, won Comeback Player of the Year. Cooper Kupp won Offensive Player of the Year. TJ Watt won Defensive Player of the Year. Jamar Chase from Houday won the Offensive Rookie of the Year. Micah Parsons won the Defensive Rookie of the Year for the Cowboys. Dan Quinn won the Assistant Coach of the Year for the Cowboys. Andrew Wentworth won the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award. Matthew Slater won the Art Rooney Sportsmanship Award. TJ Watt won the Deacon Jones Award. Henry Isom won the Fan of the Year Award from the Falcons. All right, so there you go. There you go. Those are your awards. Those are your awards. That's it. I'm done talking about every other team. It's down to 2. It ain't down to the Cowboys. It ain't down to the Eagles. It ain't down to the Bears. It ain't down to the Chargers. It's not down to Cleveland. It's not down to Baltimore, Pittsburgh. It's definitely not down to Tennessee, Jacksonville, or the Texans, the Colts. Not down to Miami. Sorry, Coach McDaniel. You can be human all you want. We ain't talking about you right now. It's about those Bengals. It's about those Rams. If you're not a Bengal or a Ram right now, I'm sorry for you. You just got to watch like everybody else. One of those 2 teams will come out on top, and I'm leaning towards the Cincinnati Bengals. That's all I got for you. That's all I got for you. It ain't down to the Ohio State Buckeyes. It ain't down to the LSU. It ain't down to UT. It ain't down to A&M. It ain't down to none of y'all. It's down to the Cincinnati Bengals and the LA Rams. And Cincinnati is the home team, so they get the love. And I'm not just talking about my home team. They are the home team in this game. NFL is so conflicted. The NFL is so conflicted. So conflicted. Why you gotta make Cincinnati be the home team in this game? Oh boy, CT, AJ, you talking mad noise today. Boy, I sure hope Cincinnati wins because we might not see or hear from you again. I ain't gonna do that now. You know I don't run from nobody and no thing. I will be here Monday afternoon, Lord say the same, sitting in this chair, making an excuse why my Bengals lost if they lose. But if they win, if they win, y'all gonna have to deal with me in a way you ain't never imagined. Cowboy fans ain't gonna be able to touch me because the Bengals would have won a Super Bowl since more recent than the Cowboys. Texan fans, you definitely not gonna be able to touch me because y'all don't even know what we talking about. Super Bowl? We ain't talking about Super Bowl. Y'all don't even know what I'm talking about. Hello, you're live on the lunch break. Who's this?
Jerome Johnson. I can't say it's Willie Gibson since he's bad.
Yeah, he bad. He bad. How you doing, Jerome? Nice to meet you.
Good. Thank you for the call.
Yeah. What can we do for you, Jerome? First time caller.
Yeah, I just wanted to give a prediction on the Super Bowl.
Okay, please.
I think the Rams will win it.
Jerome, you just got cut off, bro. You got a second chance. I had grace. I was being benevolent. I was going to let you make it. And you called up here with that foolishness again, man. What's wrong with you? What is wrong with you?
Nothing.
I don't understand.
You'll understand Sunday about 9 p.m. Central.
Okay. Talk your noise. You better talk your noise because, like I said, it's down to 2 teams. At least you talking about one of the teams in the game and not trying to sell me on, oh, well, if the Cowboys had done this, and oh, well, if Cleveland had done that. We just talking about Bengals and Rams. That's all I got for you today. That's it. Cincinnati Bengals are going to host that trophy for the first time, bro, in franchise history.
When?
Sunday.
Oh, which Sunday?
This Sunday.
All right. Okay. All right, fair enough.
Keith Hennig said, Jerome. Tell us about them Rams. I said, Jerome in the house.
The original. All right, I'm going to leave it alone.
Oh, my gosh. Willie.
Yes, sir.
I still can't believe you rocking with the Rams. Man, you from Ohio. And I don't want to hear this broadcast journalist. Let me set you free for a second. You are not a broadcast journalist right now. Right now, you just a fan. Who you got?
The Los Angeles Rams.
Oh, my God.
Listen, man, I'm a Los Angeles Rams.
Clarence, Camilio, Ferdinand, Todd, Longhorn, Keith, Call of the Year 2021. I need y'all to collectively call on your ancestors. I need y'all collectively to call on the name of your ancestors and direct them in the direction of Willie Gibson, because he ain't seen the light. He ain't seen the light. I think all joking aside, I think one of the most real takes that I've heard is that whichever quarterback makes the fewest number of mistakes is going to win. And that to me leans towards Joe Burrow versus Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford has a propensity to throw the ball around to the wrong team. Stafford, not so much. I mean, Burrow, not so much. So
how long will Burrow be able to stand there with Von Miller, Leonard Floyd, Aaron Donald, and then if he does get the ball away, Jalen Ramsey is waiting. So, okay.
Have you seen that Cincinnati receiving corps? You know they're more than just Jamar Chase, right?
He has to get it off. He has to have time to throw the ball.
Okay.
And again, Aaron Donald, Von Miller, Leonard Floyd.
Okay. Give me a sack total. Give me a sack total for all them dudes you talking about. Sack total. Six.
If Tennessee got 9, I'm being gracious.
And you walked right into my door. Okay, how many will it take? 6. Is that enough?
Yep.
Okay, all right.
Because here's the thing. You got to get him down 6 times.
Okay.
How many times are they going to rush him? Flush him out of the pocket, have him throw the ball away. It's not just, that better than I do. It's not just the actual number of total sacks.
Right. You're right. Thank you for that credit. I appreciate it. I'm glad somebody appreciates the work. God, I keep hearing how many followers I have and how many checks I don't have. I've been verified before this stuff even got started. But anyway, I hear you. If you're wrong, what's up? What's up if you're wrong?
I'm like, what was it? I didn't hear you.
I said, if you're wrong, what's up? What's up if you're wrong?
Did I lose you?
You know what? I ain't fooling with you, man. You better be glad I love my niece. You better be glad I love my sister. You better be glad I love your Aunt Karen. You better be glad I love your people, man.
Oh, you Pat? Yeah, we love you too.
Yeah. I got to take them Girl Scout cookies, bruh. Woo! I got to get back in that gym, man. You done got me off my 5K workout.
Yeah, me too, bro. I'll get mine tomorrow. So.
Man, I'm serious. I pulled those Thin Mints out of the freezer, and I popped 3 of them in my mouth. My whole life changed, bro. My whole life changed.
Yeah, changed your life.
Hey, when is she doing it again? Do they do Girl Scout cookies year-round? I need to know.
Oh, we're not done. We're rolling till like the middle of March.
Okay, well, I got a feeling you got another order coming. You got another order coming, bro, because I'm just telling you. Okay. All right. Tell sis I said hey. Tell niece I said hey. And, bro, take your medicine, man. Take your medicine.
Indeed. We'll talk Monday.
Now, we're going to talk before Monday. Here's how it goes. If my team wins, we're going to talk before Monday. My team loses, don't bother me this weekend. I'll be busy.
As I said, we'll talk Monday.
Love you, brother. Be safe out there, man.
No doubt. Love you too.
All right, man. That's Jerome Johnson, a.k.a. Willie Gibson. Pray for him, man. Y'all pray on the ancestors for him, because that L.A. Rams thing is vexing my spirit. Let me take a break. We'll wrap it up right after this on the lunch break.
Hi, this is Candace Houston. Tune into my new radio show called Candid Plug every Saturday from noon to 1. We will have engaging conversations on current events, topics that affect the community, and religion. Join me each Saturday from noon to 1 for my new show called Candid Plug, where you plus me equals us, right here on the legendary KYOK 1140 AM and streaming live on KYOKradio.org.
It's 11:40 a.m. and 92.3 FM. The legendary KYOK.
Come on, you watch the news. Be prepared to pay more taxes. Then if you owe back taxes or haven't filed in a few years, get ready. The IRS, the largest collection agency in the world, will be coming after you with the power to collect taxes by any means they want to. Hey, they can freeze your bank account, your passport, even padlock your business. Oh, good times. Look, if the IRS claims you owe them $5,000 or more in back taxes and they're coming after you, don't panic. Call my friends at Get a Tax Lawyer first. Their job is to negotiate with the IRS and save you money. They're experts at it. That's all they do. And you can trust them. In some cases, they have reduced a $50,000 tax bill to less than $1,000. If you owe the IRS $5,000 or more in back taxes, call now for a free consultation.
Call 800-649-8617. 800-649-8617. 800-649-8617. That's 800-649-8617. Attention, those of you looking to go on a fun vacation and see the world on the cheap. Today, the U.S. dollar is worth even more in other countries, so there's never been a better time to travel outside the USA. The dollar is worth over $1.30 in Canadian dollars, and it's the same for Australia. You can fly there today and have fun and maximize your travel dollar. Your U.S. dollar is worth over $3 in Brazilian reals, and it's worth over $18 in Mexican pesos. Plus, in Argentina, it's worth over $27 in Argentine pesos. Just think of the bargains you'll get. And the way you get the cheapest airfare to any destination is by calling Tickets That Cheap. Save up to 75% on your foreign vacation tickets. Don't wait. Call now. 802-317-1983. 802-317-1983. 802-317-1983. That's 802-317-1983.
Hi, this is Sade from Bondurant and Belford, and you're listening to The Lunch Break.
Man, when I think about Willie Gibson, at night I can't sleep. I toss and turn, candlesticks in the dark. Willie Gibson chose the Rams. That's just crazy. Crazy. Keith Hennig, he forgot Jalen Ramsey, the most overrated corner in the game. I'm not going to call Jalen Ramsey that because that dude can play. Keith Hennig, did you happen to see the Rams pep rally? There were about 40 people in the stands. LA is a basketball town. That part is true. That's why I love that they're playing in LA. LA got so much going on, they ain't worried about that football game. It will not be, and they won't be indulged with LA Ram fans in the stadium. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to a good game. Hey, let me stop the music. Stop the music. Can't nobody tell me nothing. I just got a new follower. Somebody just subscribed to the Lunch Break with AJ Jones on YouTube, and it is none other than Suds Are Us podcast. That's mother and father Ben Sutter II and his wife have followed the Lunch Break on YouTube, and they got a great show. I'm telling you, if you got a Roku streaming device, download BS3 TV. And look for the great shows on there, including Suds Are Us. It is a great show. I love Mom and Dad, and they are now following me on the Lunch Break on YouTube. Baby, you better come on here. You can't tell me nothing. Can't nobody tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. Wait, what? Willie Gibson, the league alternates the home team this year. The AFC team is designated the home team. Okay. But you're still picking the wrong team, so what does it matter? I'm finna go. I can't fool with Willie. You always got one in your crew that just make you go, ah. Just he get one shot to be funny, and he bombs the joke. He get one shot to hit the game-winning home run, and he pops out. He got one shot to make the game-winning touchdown, and he dropped the ball. Willie, man, Let me go on record right now. I got Cincinnati Bengals 33-30. Cincinnati Bengals 33-30. That kicker comes in with his little bold, brash self and kicks the game-winning field goal. Cincinnati Bengals win Super Bowl 56. Write it down. And for those who don't think it can happen, remember when y'all didn't think that the Chicago Cubs would win a Super Bowl? Win a World Series? Remember? Y'all didn't think that would happen. Kansas City won. Philadelphia won. All these other teams nobody thought would win, and sure enough, they did. Remember when Baylor won their first college basketball champ? Y'all didn't think that would happen either. Remember when the Astros cheated their way to their first, the Astros won their first World Series championship. Y'all didn't think that would happen. All I'm saying is watch. Just watch. You don't believe me? Just watch. All right. Thank you, Suds Are Us podcast, for following me. I love y'all. I love y'all. LaTanya, AJ, you sure are a big Bengals fan. I hope you're right, because they're going to come for you on Monday. Thank you, LaTanya. I appreciate you. I can hold my own. I ain't scared. All right, NBA trade deadline came and went. James Harden to Philly for Ben Simmons, Seth Curry, Andre Drummond, 2 first-round picks. Daniel Tice back to Boston. The Rockets got Dennis Schroeder, Bruno Fernando, and Enes Kanter. I'm not calling that man Enes Freedom, whatever that junk is. He didn't call himself. Possibility, none of them will play for the Rockets. They were really just trying to dump salary. The move that did not happen, the Rockets did not unload John Wall. The Lakers did not unload Russell Westbrook. Kristaps Porzingis going to D.C. for Spencer Dinwiddie. That should be interesting. Spurs sent Derek White to Boston for Josh Richardson. Spurs also picked up Goran Dragic, but they're going to buy him out. He'll probably end up in Dallas. I know there were other trades. Those are the ones that are on the radar. College basketball from around the state last night. Stephen F. Austin beat Chicago State 81-61. Incarnate Word lost to Nicholls State 69-58. Houston Baptist beat Northwestern State 76-69. Like I said, I got a lot of love for the recognition that Texas Southern is going to get this weekend when they'll be on the NBA Network. Men and women, starting at 1 o'clock tomorrow. And then Monday night, I should be in H&PE Arena for Southern against Texas Southern in a battle for first place in the SWAC. So I plan on going to that. Again, in honor of Black History Month, got to celebrate a couple of firsts. First GM in the NFL to be first black man in the NFL to be a GM, Ozzie Newsome. Ozzie Newsome with Baltimore in 2002. First black GM to win a Super Bowl, not only won one, but he won 2, Jerry Reese. Jerry Reese in 2007 when the New York Giants beat the New England Patriots in Super Bowl 42, and then he turned around and showed them it wasn't no fluke because they beat him again in Super Bowl 46. And that's when New England was undefeated. So, hey, what can we say? Hello, you're live on the lunch break. You're our final caller of the day. Who's this?
What's up? It's Uncle Buck.
Uncle Buck. Don't call me messing with me about the Dallas Cowboys. It's about Who Dey and the Rams. Cincinnati and the Rams. That's all I got today. How you been?
I've been doing fantastic. What about yourself?
Man, I've been doing all right.
Man, I'm not calling you about no football. There's no football season over with.
Oh, my gosh. Well, them Cowboy fans sure know how to mess up a good party. When they are not the guest of honor, they know how to mess up a good party. What you calling to talk about, Uncle Buck? What you got?
I'm calling you to talk about the Lady Fairfield Eagles High School basketball team.
You know what? I would be mad at you if you didn't. How they doing? Where they at? What's going on?
Well, we finished the season. We're starting to get ready for the playoffs. We like 35-1. Get your little UIL calculator thing that you got, and you look it up, and you tell the people about the Lady Fairfield Eagles.
The Lady Eagles of Fairfield High School in Fairfield, Texas, and we ain't talking about that suburb over there near Prairie View. We talking about Fairfield, Texas.
Fairfield, Texas.
All right, now listen. Don't do what you did last year. You talked that stuff about Brownsville High School, and you ain't know nothing about them. And them girls came in there where Cheryl Swoops went to high school. Them girls came in there and ran y'all out the gym. So don't do that this year.
They didn't run us after them. We lost by 4 points.
Yeah, y'all got ran out the gym.
Okay, whatever.
Hey, where's my shirt, too? I've been waiting on a shirt from Fairfield Lady Eagles for 3 years now. You've been calling us about that. Where's my shirt?
Okay, what we're going to do, we're going to have to get you 2 shirts.
Okay.
So we're going to make up for that one.
Okay, so yeah, get me a team shirt and get me that state championship shirt, okay?
That state championship shirt. Now, it's something I want you to do for me.
All right, let me see what you want. Let me see what you want, Uncle Buck.
Get off my telephone.
Oh, I ran right into that. In the honor and words of the great Skipper Lee, get off my telephone. Love you, Uncle Buck. Talk to you soon.
Uncle Buck, we out of here.
Yeah, man, that's a Hall of Fame caller right there. Don't try that at home because he's a professional. He's been calling us for 3 years about the Fairfield Lady Eagles. So I got to give him some love. They back in the playoffs. They got 1 loss on the season. But last year, Uncle Buck came talking that noise. He didn't know nothing about Brownsville High School. And them girls from Brownsville, all they did was beat him. Had a former Hall of Fame, former alumni by the name of Cheryl Swoops that used to play there. So we'll see if the Lady Eagles from Fairfield High School can bring home the chip this year. All right, y'all, let me get out of the way. Donnie McClurkin up next with the Donnie McClurkin Show. Give you the best in gospel music, the latest in the gospel music industry. He'll do that next. And then, of course, over the weekend, we got the Not So Christian in Me show. We got Candace has a brand new show right here on the show. We appreciate her. Let me see. I want to get the name of her show because she's got a really good one. Candace Houston and the Candid Unplugged. That'll be this Saturday as well. Check that out. You're going to really love it. Also, of course, we got Jesse Jackson, Keep Hope Alive, Walt Baby Love with gospel tracks. Come Monday morning, Erica Campbell and Griff Get Up Mornings, and then I'll be back with the celebration of the Cincinnati Bengals, and oh my goodness, Monday. Here's Sybil Wilkes. I'm out. Y'all be safe. God bless.
It's Sybil Wilkes with what you need to know. Today is Friday. Couldn't get here soon enough, huh? February 11th, 2022. Number 1, President Biden hit the road Thursday to discuss healthcare and prescription drug costs. Meanwhile, the White House was called upon to set the record straight and state that government funds are not being used for clean pipes to smoke crack or meth. Citing an anonymous source, the Washington Free Beacon reported that the drug paraphernalia kits are expected to include pipes and heroin needles. The Department of Health and Human Services program will reportedly offer $30 million to local governments and nonprofits as part of an effort to make drug use safe, but those crack pipes will not be included. Number 2, protesters in trucks opposed to COVID-19 restrictions continue to paralyze the center of Ottawa. Similar demonstrations have now spread beyond the Canadian capital to border crossings into the United States. The commercial link between the U.S. and Canada is crucial, and it has quickly hit supply chains with car manufacturers, including Toyota and Ford, already announcing issues. Number 3, facing growing pressure to ease up on pandemic restrictions, the White House insisted Wednesday it is making plans for a less disruptive phase of the national virus response. But impatient states, including Democratic New York, made it clear they are not waiting for Washington as public frustration grows. Earlier this week, New Jersey, Connecticut, and Delaware all disclosed plans to join states that have lifted or never had mask requirements for their schools, and Massachusetts will follow suit at the end of the month. Number 4. Over 41,000 people have signed a petition demanding that the San Francisco Police and Office of the Medical Examiner investigate the death of 20-year-old Jackson Sales, a gay man who died inside a stranger's apartment. Sales' parents are in the process of securing an attorney and are planning to file a complaint before March 2nd of this year. The Medical Examiner's report lists the cause of Sales' death as acute mixed drug intoxication, including gamma hydroxybutyric acid, cocaine, and methamphetamine. Number 5, history is being made in the world of finance. Susan M. Collins, an economist and university administrator, will be the new president of the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston, part of a wave of new leadership at the central bank. As the leader of the Boston Fed, she will be only the third Black president and the first Black woman to head one of the 12 Fed banks in the century-plus history of the institution. Here's your daily inspiration from Yogi's Jewels. Life is a series of choices. Don't just be different. Make a difference. Thank you to our What You Need to Know partners, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated and the American Heart Association. To subscribe to my free daily newsletter, please visit SibylWilkes.com. Be informed, be empowered.
The legendary 1140 AM KYOK Conroe and 92.3 FM K222CX Houston. Are you ready?
All right, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed today's show. I definitely did. I want to thank God for Amy and her son Matthew for joining us again. I'm going to have them back next week so that they can talk about Matthew and his work with the Cincinnati Bengals and them working with him. He's an amazing young man. He has been diagnosed with Down syndrome, but Matthew is a great young man, and I'm really excited about hearing his story and sharing with you guys that. So listen, have a great weekend. Have a safe weekend. Have a blessed weekend. I want to lift up a couple of families to you. The Donovan family. Jennifer Donovan has been a member of this radio community since its inception. Her father owns the radio stations. Her husband, unfortunately, passed away early this morning. So please keep her and her children in your prayers. And then keep in your prayers the family of Merrick Price. He passed away last week. I'll be doing his funeral tomorrow. And then last and certainly not least, please keep the Mathis family in your prayers. Ed, Elle, and CJ, their baby sister and daughter, Riley, passed away early this week. And they'll be planning her funeral over the next couple of days. But my heart is just really heavy and broken. So it's been a tough week. But anyway, keep those families in your prayer. Not this. Definitely this. I love y'all. Y'all be safe, okay?